Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jenny Marie and welcome to another Spooky Friday. So today I am going to be talking about the Rugrats and the Phineas and Ferb true story. So if you remember those shows and do not mind your childhood being ruined, then this is the video for you. Now in the background I have a 22-2 Titanfall gameplay, so you can choose to ignore that if you want to. And now I want to give special thanks to Kiana for helping me, I guess find out about this because I thought it was really cool, but at the same time, really creepy as well. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the Rugrats theory and read it from creepypasta.wikia.com. And if you would like to read it or follow along or just not hear me talk and you just want to get it over with, you can go ahead and click the link in the description below, which will take you to the website itself. Now, let's just get started. The Rugrats were really a figment of Angelica's demonic and unimaginable imagination. Chucky died in 1986 along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was born in 1988, but he was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who never had a chance to live. The Devils had an abortion in 1990. And Angelica could not figure out whether it was a boy or a girl. That's why she created the twins. And as for all grown up, the teenage Angelica became addicted to various narcotics, which further aggravated her schizophrenia, bringing her back to her childhood and thus her creations she obsessed over. Because of the time lapse between the present and the last time she interacted with her creations, she made them older. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid, so she will never have to live without her creations, who were her only company. And in a judgmental world, Angelica's mom actually died of a heroin overdose in 1982, just after Angelica was born. And Drew, in his depression, married a gold-digging whore that Angelica idolized because she fooled herself into thinking it was her real mom, but always had a concept of her mom, Cynthia, and took a Barbie doll and made it after her mom's image, wearing an unwashed orange dress and having jacked up hair, which is why she was, of course, so attached to it. Later in life, she followed in her mom's footsteps, sadly with drugs and everything, dying of overdose at the age of 13 when All Grown Up was cancelled. So basically, after this, it talks about how the fictional character, the one that was not fictional, was unborn Tommy's little brother, Dill. However, the thing is that Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations, and Dill didn't really follow her commands, so she beat him and hit him, which caused them to have a brain hemorrhage and resulted in deformation. And when he grew up, and by the time he was 9, he had to live as an outcast. Well, he lived, he didn't have to. And he was being ridiculed for his weirdness and retardation, which I thought was really, really sad. But also another thing that I would like to mention was that Susie wasn't a figment of Angelica's imagination. She was actually Angelica's only friend who entertained the thought of Angelica's creation for her sake. And I thought it was really sweet because at least Angelica had a friend, but at the same time it was kind of creepy that Angelica would create this whole imagination. And well, I just was kind of shocked about this story. But anyway, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Did this creep you out? Did it actually entertain you? And was your childhood ruined if you watched the Rugrats before? Now I'm going to go ahead and take a similar look at Phineas and Ferb, which is similar to the story of the Rugrats, sort of theory or whatnot. But anyway, the Phineas and Ferb theory was that the real Candace has lost her mind due to bad things happening in her life. The theory says that Phineas was her little brother and he was bullied a lot in school because the other kids thought that he was too nerdy. One day, a bully punched Phineas in the head really hard and it killed him. That day changed Candace's life forever. Candace couldn't deal with Phineas' death, so she built an imaginary world where he was still alive and playing with her other brother Ferb. Ferb has a disability and can't talk or do much, but she imagines him and Phineas going on great, awesome adventures together. The real reason why her mother can't see the things that Phineas and Ferb build is that, well, because simply they aren't there. And the more Candace tries to convince her mother, the more crazy she becomes. The villain of the show, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, is actually Candace's psychologist, who she's been seeing twice a week. It started to put a strain on the family to try and pay for all these expensive doctor visits, though. In desperation, her mother had an idea to write down all of the fantastical stories Candace was telling her and try to sell it to Disney as a show, and it worked. So that is the Phineas and Ferb theory. It's not, I guess it can be true, it can be, but what do you guys think? I think it's kind of similar to the Angelica one, and I honestly think the Angelica one makes a lot of sense. But just keep in mind, again, these are all theories, interesting theories, and I guess the Rugrats one was supposedly true. I'm not too sure though, so I can't confirm it 100%. Either way, these stories actually shocked me and ruined my childhood a bit. I remember I watched Phineas and Ferb with my cousins all the time, sometimes even without them. But I did enjoy watching, I still do enjoy watching cartoon shows, and I guess I haven't really thought of, them having a meaning behind them. I always kind of thought that, hey, you know what, there's just this guy that just had a crazy idea that just popped into his head, and he just wrote it down and started to do stuff and, make it into a kid's show and a cartoon. But anyway, hopefully there's nothing about Dora being a demonic doll or some crap like that. That would really creep me out and I wouldn't be able to sleep for weeks. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and give that like button a smack. And yeah, this actually really freaked me out, and I'm probably like going to sleep and have nightmares and stuff. Anyway guys, leave me a comment below which one creeped you out the most, the Rugrats theory or the Phineas and Ferb. Have a rar-tastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.